So we're doing Superman prep. So before your clients do Superman at the bar, they should be able to do it on the floor and stay stable. Okay? So what I want you to do is we're going to extend the arm and leg. So what you're going to do is you're going to, 1, stretch, full stretch, arm and leg, 2, lift, 3, and then 4. Okay, so 4 movements. Out of those 4 movements, where do you think there's the most potential movement for the spine? Position 1, position 2, position 3, or position 4?
2.
2, where you're lifting both limbs?
Yeah.
Yeah? Any advance on 2?
Coming back as well. 3.
3?
Yeah.
What I observe is position 4 a lot. The reason I see people potentially moving on position 4, which really should be the easiest, you're coming back in, is because people think, oh, the work's over now, I'll just relax all efforts, and they lose the... So just be aware of position 4, you've got to really pull in. And even on position 1, if I move this hand too far, see, I'm going just onto the tip of my tallest finger. If I move it any further than there without actually lifting it at this point, my upper back's now skew-if. Same with the leg. If I get to here, the leg, and I continue moving it backwards without lifting it, then I'm going to get that in the pelvis. So if I go too far, I'm going to get twisted all over the shop. So make sure they don't go too far. What about the knee? So this knee, let's say I'm moving this leg. This knee. If I lift it off the floor straight away, I'm going to, So you see it actually moves maybe 2 inches before it naturally lifts. If I move it 3 inches, I'm going to drop. But if I lift it straight away, so actually it just moves and then, So naturally when it comes back, be aware it'll hit the floor about there. And what people want to do is they'll leave it to the last minute, lift it up and then drop it down. Okay? So just have a try. So the only thing that's going to stop any rotation here is awareness of the core, pelvic floor, belly button. So she does position 1, engages pelvic floor, belly button, ribs are drawn in, and she extends fingers and toes, but she doesn't lift. Fingers and toes, stretch out. This arm, this leg, off you go.
Just take it out now?
Yeah, just to here. And the foot. And what we're interested in is that the pelvis stays stable. And then she lifts the arm and leg. Not too high. Yeah. Let's say about there. Because she's fairly stable. She could draw that shoulder blade down. Lovely. A bit more. Yes. Now back to position 3. Fingers and toes. Which is effectively position 1. Now be very careful here. She's not going to relax all efforts and watch that knee doesn't... Yeah. Okay. Mark out a 10 intensity-wise. 10 being excruciating, 1 being not much at all, 5 being, I don't know, average intensity-wise. What would you say for you personally?
Not really feeling it just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what, 2, 3?
2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. You see this?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put this on your back. You've got to be very careful. So she's got to be very careful now, okay? Because this ain't going to move. It's not going to drop, okay? Be careful. Okay, you've got to be... Same thing. Careful.
Can I do the
Use
other
your core.
side?
You can do whatever side you want. Slowly. Careful. Now before you lift, you're in position 1, because this is hip. Yeah. Give me. Yes. Now careful, because that's the only thing that's keeping that cup in place. Gently lift up. Slowly, carefully. Go. Enough. Keep engaged. Ribs, navel, pelvic floor. Slowly come back to position 1 again. Fingertips and toes. Carefully, carefully, carefully. Carefully. Now remember position 4. Don't let it go at the last minute. Let that knee hit just before. She's kept the cut in place. Okay. Now tell me what intensity that was
quite high, but concentrating so much more than anything. So kind of
Concentration,
feeling it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And more in the stomach?
In the shoulders also.
In the shoulders, yeah.
Yeah.
So
the whole thing, to be perfectly honest.
yeah. So 2, 3, has it gone up to?
5.
5, okay. So, stupid little cup. Nobody in a class wants to be the first to hear that noise. They don't. It's embarrassing, right? So it does, the concentration required and the effort to pull in when you've got a plastic cup on your back just draws the attention to the core, to what you're doing. And that's what we want. Because that same awareness has to be taken to the bar to do Superman. Okay?
Where did you put it on the back? Is it here?
Just in the lumbar spine.
Right.
Yeah, anywhere in the pelvis and lumbar spine. The point is, the reason it's there is because it draws your attention much more. So you see the difference between a 2 and a 3 without the cup.
Yeah.
And it's just drawing the whole room's attention, because I don't want to drop that cup. I can't be the first to hear that cup. It's embarrassing for people. So they concentrate much more. It makes them more aware. And that's all you want. It's just a silly little prop to draw attention to that fact. So once they've understood that, they're easier to take that and do Superman at the bar. Yeah. So make sure that you put this into your floor work, your mat work section of the class before they even do it at the bar. So remember, that's stage 1. If they successfully controlled the cup and nobody's dropped it, you then take them to stage 2 at the bar, but it's on their elbows. Yeah. So that Superman would be here. And then if they can do it here, then of course, provided their flexibility allows, they can do the full 90-degree version. So introduce that as part of the floor work. And remember, when you're introducing anything for the first time, put it at the very end of the floor work, because then you've got time, you're not breaking the flow.